Welcome to Real Insight Tales. We're the space where we dive deep into emotional and motivational stories that uncover powerful, life-changing lessons. Today's tale is about a journey many of us put off, the journey to finding peace not by holding on tighter, but by finally letting go. If you're ready to stop draining your energy on people who won't meet you halfway, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. You won't want to miss the insights we share every single week. From a very young age, we're often programmed to be the helpers, the saviors, the fixers. Society tells us that kindness should be boundless, that our capacity to give is a measure of our character. We're taught to turn the other cheek, to give people the benefit of the doubt, and to never, ever give up on someone. But there's a crucial, painful truth we must confront. What if the effort required to fix others is actually shattering your own foundation? What if the very act of helping is breaking you apart, piece by piece? This is the hard-earned lesson so many people learn for too late in life. Your peace, your true inner calm, begins the very second you choose to stop forcing a connection. It begins when you stop trying to squeeze yourself into a space where you fundamentally do not belong. This isn't about giving up, it's about getting real. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup, especially when others are poking holes in it. Let's talk about Sarah. Now, Sarah wasn't just kind, she was constitutionally incapable of letting someone struggle alone. It was baked into her identity. Her entire sense of self was woven into the fabric of everyone else's crisis. She was the anchor in their storm, the emergency therapist, the unpaid consultant, the emotional sponge. She was the friend you called at 2 a.m., the sister who always bailed you out, the colleague who finished your work so you wouldn't miss a deadline. Think about that in your own life for a moment. Do you measure your self-worth by how much you can endure? By how much you can give before you finally break? Sarah certainly did. Her personal life was a revolving door of people who needed something from her: support, advice, validation, or just her money. She would spend hours on the phone, listening to a friend detail their latest self-sabotaging mistake, meticulously crafting a clear, actionable plan for them to follow. She'd hang up, feeling completely drained, but with a flicker of hope that this time, things would be different. But they never were. The following week, that same friend would call back, having ignored all of her advice with the exact same problem, just in a slightly different package. Sarah wasn't helping them evolve, she was enabling them to stay comfortable in their stagnation. She was allowing them to use her battery as a temporary charge while they flat out refused to build their own power source. It was a cycle of emotional depletion, and she was the only one paying the price. The moment of clarity didn't arrive in a flash of lightning. It crept up on her through sheer, bone-deep exhaustion. It was a slow burn of resentment and fatigue. The final straw came after a particularly draining argument with a relative she had been financially supporting for months. He didn't just need help, he felt entitled to it, and he got angry when she suggested he start looking for a job. That night, Sarah found herself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., her mind racing, her heart heavy. And in that silent, dark room, she had a revelation. She realized her profound efforts to build relationships were one-sided construction projects. She was the only one showing up to the site every day. She was bringing the bricks, the mortar, the tools, and the blueprints. The other person, they were just standing by, waiting for her to finish building the house so they could move in, make a mess, and then complain about the decor. She was building shelters for people who would never lift a finger to help her fix her own leaking roof. She finally truly understood that relationships that require you to constantly shrink yourself, to constantly beg for basic respect, or to constantly justify your value are not relationships at all. They are draining, self-imposed obligations. They are emotional black holes. The fundamental lesson she learned was this: you cannot heal people who are committed to misunderstanding you. And you cannot force yourself to fit into a narrative that was never written for you to be the star. You were cast as a supporting character in their show, and you were never meant to have your own storyline. This realization was terrifying. It was absolutely petrifying because it meant she had to make a choice. A real choice. She had to choose between the life she knew, a draining, exhausting, yet familiar one, and the life she deserved, a peaceful, authentic, but unknown one. It meant accepting the painful truth that some people she loved, people she had invested so much in, might be better off outside of her life. And even more terrifying, she would be better off without them. This is where Sarah's story pivots. This is where she takes back her power. Sarah made a choice. She chose the immense, freeing power of walking away. And I want to be very clear here. Walking away is not a defeat. It is not an act of bitterness or spite. It is a calculated, strategic act of profound self-respect. It's drawing a line in the sand and declaring, with every fiber of your being, my peace is non-negotiable. My energy is sacred. It means stepping back from the gossip, the drama, and the codependency. It means protecting your emotional energy like it's your most valuable asset because it is. It means releasing the heavy, suffocating obligation to rescue those who seem to enjoy sinking. You can throw them a life raft, but you cannot force them to grab it. And you certainly shouldn't let them pull you under with them. When Sarah started setting boundaries, she didn't lose people, she gained clarity. The people who were only there for what she could give them simply faded away. They couldn't survive without their energy source. And what was left? She gained time. She gained mental space. She gained peace. And she discovered something miraculous: the right relationships, the ones that truly fit, the ones that were reciprocal and nourishing, were already waiting for her. She finally had the room and the energy to receive them because she wasn't cluttered with emotional baggage that wasn't hers to carry. So, what is the lesson you should take from Sarah's story today? Stop pushing. Stop forcing. Stop trying to make yourself smaller to fit into spaces where you are constantly undervalued. The right spaces, the right people, and the true, lasting peace you crave will already fit you perfectly. You won't have to contort yourself or beg for a seat at the table. They'll have saved you one. Don't wait until you're at your breaking point. Don't wait until you're staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., completely depleted, to realize your worth. You deserve better than to live as a temporary battery for others. Your light is meant to shine for you first. If this insight tale resonated with you, give this video a like and let us know in the comments, what is one thing you are choosing to walk away from this week? It could be a habit, a mindset, or a one-sided relationship. We read every single comment. And for more emotional and motivational stories delivered to you weekly, make sure you subscribe to Real Insight Tales. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.